I love this battle. I love this battle between conservative, Labour, the other parties, and what they call the other parties, Tory, and the rest of the parties. It is very good. See, you see, this dialogue is very sweet. So when I watch the way they dialogue, the way they tell themselves, you have no plan. This one say you have no plan. This one say you have no plan. Everybody is trying to find a way to enter the heart of the citizens. You see, some cities are running away from Tory, this one running away, this one is running away from Tory, some people are coming away from Labour, some people are going away from conservative because of different reasons. People are still joining, people are joining Tory, people are joining conservative, people are joining Labour. You see, going out and joining because of any reason they will interchange. It's so lovely. And that is why I'm looking for one party. See, I'm going to join one party. One of the party, I will join it very soon. I will join one party, but I'm looking at if I follow the winning party, that they say that yes, I will the winning party, which long time ago, my father is Labour anyway. My father, when my father was here, my father was Labour. Yeah, my father was with the Labour Party long time ago. My father was in the Labour Party, and he has aspired me to join the Labour. So, well, I have not made up my mind. No, please, I have not made up my mind. This is not for, this channel is just, it's not Labour, it's not Tory, it's not conservative, it's just Jimmy White Channel TV. Please, let nobody come and say this and Labour, because that people don't watch. Oh, I've not joined any party yet. Even if I join, I'll let you people know. You people will see who are be supported now. But anyway, let us go to the real deal. The argument was that Keir Starmer, the Labour Party, are trying to reduce immigration without going out of the European law. That the law of the human right says that when it comes to marriage, when it comes to family aspect, that is why Keir Starmer want to get that thing right. That is said in Article 8, that as far as the person has a child, he is not to separate from his child because of the child issue. And because of that, the Tory was saying, because of that, Article 8, so many pedophiles, so many people that have committed an offense, then what they do, they first of all get a child, get involved into marriage, they start doing crime in the country. They will go do a lot of crime that they will know that they will not be able to separate them from that, because as soon as they take them to court, that human right law of Article 8 will arise and say, no, though he is this and that, but he has a family, for that reason, don't throw him out of this thing, let him stay. And there will be a court order on him that will keep him. You see, that will keep that very person, man or woman. And Tory is telling, Tory, I'm not talking of conservative, Tory is telling Labour that they cannot stop immigration, that they cannot be able to stop the immigration except they go out from the except they go out from the human right, except they go out from the human right, the court of human rights, except they go out of that. If they don't go out of it, that Article 8 will keep throwing them out. That is for them to go out of it, so that if they go out of it, so they will be able to amend anything and know that here they are not with this court. Now they are on their own, that they use their hand to make their own law, use their hand to do this, everything. But I understand Starmer. Starmer is also a woman. Though Starmer want to reduce immigration, he too is also a woman. That lady, they are also women. And that is why he is telling you, no, I don't need to go out of the woman, because he is also being woman. He doesn't want to see himself like this person is hardened. No. He knows that some people has family. He knows that not everybody that has this family has done crime. Not every immigrant are crime. The immigrant there's a lot of, let's talk of the production side of the immigrant. A lot of immigrants brought production into the country. You know that, which he said cannot be forgotten. Even more as in coming with production, no matter what, no matter whatever thing that are happening, no matter yet, we know that a lot of countries are passing through economical crisis. A lot of people which did not go to school, a lot of people, crimes that are happening. Some people are running away from them. They say, why some people are running away for better life? People are running away from their crime they have committed. But people are not the same. If you watch the majority, if you still look at the majority, there are a lot of help coming out from this immigrant who are what, paying that tax, doing the right thing, making sure that they follow the law, making sure that they help the country in one way or the other. And these are the things that Starmers are looking. Keir Starmer and the woman, they are looking and saying, no, though we want to do this thing, but still we still need to look a way around it. And that is why they decide they will not separate, they will not have they will have to use sense to go around with it when they come to family, because they know that families are, as they have family. It's Starmer have a child, Starmer have a wife. So if you are in a family, you know what is it when you separate, like when Starmer is in the office and his child is, you know, he will tell you how long he has missed his child, you won't believe it. If he's in the office for 4 hours, 5 hours, he has missed his child for 5 hours. But that 5 hours, he's thinking. So just think of separating somebody for the. So there is a sense this man is trying to use. What I understand, that's what my own opinion, I understand that he is trying to use a sense, using other parts that go around the law to see how he can romance or go around the law so that he will not affect. It will not affect the family part of it. Because you see, family is lovely. He has tough family. He knows that family. But still, they still, because it's not because of that, they still need to reduce the immigration. But with a systematic way, in a way that it will not affect anybody, will not be added, in a way that people will be fulfilled that this has been done. And this is why the man is taking it easy. Telling you that he's going to meet the judge, he's going to talk to the judge so that they can find a way of mending something. Yes, you dialogue. Yeah, it's true. I see reason to it. Listen, sometimes some judge might not know that this thing is affecting a lot of country. They might not know. So, but if you go into, you go into and have a talk with them, they are the lawmakers. They are talk. They talk. This okay, fine. You have to discuss, they can find a way to amend some kind of things that can also ease in some countries from, you know, see, the whole world is like brothers and sisters. We are just like families. We all come from one place. It's just that during the time that we were in one place, God saw that we do not want to circulate, and that was why the Lord caused us have different language. We are all brothers and sisters. If you want the world, now the world are all living together. If you come to my country now, you see China in my country. You see Romania, you see different kind of countries, people in my country married to our own people married to them. The same thing, the other countries. So I always say that the world is a global village. The world has really become together, that a lot of people have been part of so many countries as in-law, as brothers, as sisters, being born there, and have this, you see, what they call it, you see people have caste, this and that, misrace, all those kind of things. So there's a lot of mystery. So that is why this guy that is called Starmer, I see that he's trying with his immigration, fellow immigration colleague, that they are trying to find a way around this thing so that they will not offend. That is why you see him telling you that he's going to find a way of meeting up with the judge and also find a way around. It's not only article, there's other parts that they can go around and pitch some kind of thing that they can use to reduce the immigration. I see reason to it. I see reason to it because sometimes you will not forget, like he said to you, that I cannot forget what immigrants, a lot of immigrants done in the country. It's something that should go on. So even if you want to reduce some things, listen, these are people that are helping, that have been helping, and they are now much. They're now much in my house. And they have really helped to build this, and they have really helped to bring financial, but now they are much. It's a systematic way of reducing them, of letting them know, this house is full, oh. This house is full, oh. Let's try and reduce now, small now. Those ones that understand will be going back and say it's true. Before you know, the house will reduce. That's what he's doing. I think I buy his idea. For me, I buy his idea and I feel that his idea. But I'm not saying everybody have his own opinion. Everybody have the way they want to go. Everybody will have the way they see immigration. But I feel, for me, I feel that it's a good way to romance some kind of certain things, to romance them, to let them know, you know. And again, if you watch him, the way he deals with countries, because you know he's going to be having deal. You can't just and have a problem with the country. And if you have a problem, when you go out, you have a problem with the country, when you want to, there's something that will interest you. And you want to have a business to do with the country. And the country tell you, no, we had a problem so time. We are not to do anything. You lose. So it's a systematic way of saying, okay, instead of having this 10 yards away, take 360. You see? Take 10 millimeters. Let's just a little bit closer, but a little bit farther. You see the way he's doing it? A little bit closer, but a little bit, not bam, bam, bam. I think I understand what that man is doing. I understand what Starmer is doing. He's a mature man. He's a family man. He knows, you know. But because this is politics, everybody is finding to be in the government. Everybody find that their own ideas are the best. Everybody is finding the way to be active and not to be inactive. Well, fine, it's a politics, but some certain times when we are doing, so this is my advice, so some certain times when we are arguing, debating, we know that this party has a very, very good, this is an advice, so this is an advice I'm advising. It's not like me, I'm not into any party, I'm just advising. You see, whenever we are arguing this argument, and if the party that is active, that is in the government, has a good plan, and this party, they see that that plan that this person has is good. If it's good, and it's going to help us, help even you people, all of us that are here, help the country, help this thing, please, I'll beg. Is it that area? Don't argue. We should stop. We should not argue in that area. We should not even romance that area. If I were to, we will just leave that topic. As I just drop it, we won't go into that topic. We will be looking for other topics which are not suitable for us. Then that one can go. When we see the sweetest one that is good, that is going to help the country, help me, help everybody, that Starmer has brought on, like that contract, all those things, we can just, leave it a little bit for him to continue. Then look at those ones that he has, which here we can, but whatever thing that he has brought out that is good, after all, it's for the betterness of the whole nation, even me, but you, everybody, including everybody that is here. I'm just saying, it's just my own. I'm not Labour Party, I'm not this party, but I'm just a free guy who come out and put my vote for who I feel. I voted for Starmer, you understand me? So all I answer is that let there be arguments. There is good to be debate, because without debate, we cannot get the best of the best. Let's continue doing debating. Let's continue arguing. Let's continue. But while we argue, we should also have that sense that some kind of things that somebody have said might be good for us, We can just option them in and let it flow. That's all I'm doing, just a little bit flowing, so that we can see how it will work. Anyway, let us watch and see how other parties, Tory party and Labour Party, what they were doing, how they were arguing this thing like argument. It's like how they are getting to the point of the correction and telling you, with what the way that man is doing, the point of the correction is already shown. Even the lady, they are coming. And when I watch it finish, after you finish, you see that there's something out of this argument, which was so lovely and so sweet. And at the end of the day, I praise them for doing this thing, because at the end of the day, there was something that was sharpening out of it, that shape, that something need to be done. Let us watch. Please subscribe, comment, like this video. The second one again, let us watch. God bless you this morning and good morning. Third one again, let us watch.
Two main timid parties of how to solve the migrant crisis. Both of them, both Starmer and Badenoch, coming out with their plans. What we're going to do is, Keir Starmer, of course, wouldn't even dream of leaving the ECHR, the European Convention on Human Rights. That's the role of international law. I mean, that he worships at that altar. So his plan, of course, does not involve leaving the ECHR. Therefore, his plan is doomed to failure. You have to leave that foreign court if we're to do anything about our own sovereign borders. Meanwhile, Kemi Badenoch entertains the concept, possibly, of reviewing our continued membership of the ECHR. No, Kemi, if you don't leave the ECHR, you cannot ever solve the migrant crisis. These two parties have no idea what they're doing when it comes to our migrant crisis, do they?
I mean, I literally can't believe another Tory leader is still talking about contemplating leaving the ECHR. How much more evidence do they need? I mean, they've literally been saying this since Theresa May was, I think, Home Secretary. I think not even when she was Prime Minister. I'm talking when she was Home Secretary. They were talking about this. So that is over a decade ago, if I'm not wrong. Around about a decade, the Tories and every single Tory leader has been making these noises it's not good enough to continually fob everyone off with this.
These Tories, just like we were discussing last night, James cleverly, we've got to go harder, faster in our journey to net zero. We can grow the economy while becoming green fanatic. Oh, thanks. That's really conservative, James. Unbelievable. Now, to go back to the old two tiers plan, apart from staying in the ECHR, this is a foreign court to which we must be subordinate. The European Court of Human Rights, which is the legal side of the European Convention on Human Rights, which, by the way, we wrote back in the early 50s. Now, so he's going to stay in that, but what he's talking about is he's going to have a crackdown, he says, him and Calamity Cooper. They say they're going to have a crackdown on Article 8 of the the European Convention on Human Rights. That is your right to a family life. The way paedophiles come out of jail and then we don't deport them or can't because they've got 2 kids of their own. That kind of nonsense. Now, what two-tier Keir says and Calamity Cooper is they're going to crack down on judges who make those rulings. Look, you can't do that. If you're going to stay in the European Convention of Human Rights, you have to obey Article 8. You can't turn around and say, we'll stay in the ECHR, but that bit of it, we're not going to have anything to do with. You either quit and you stop being ruled by the nonsense of Article 8 and the right to a family life, or you don't. And if you don't quit, say hi to the migrant crisis. It will be with us forever. Unbelievable, these people.
Completely unbelievable. It's yet more meaningless guff from this government. They say things, and they are things that just bear no scrutiny whatsoever. I mean, it is true that there are ways of interpreting the law, and that the judges, far too many judges, and you and I have talked about this, Kev, of late, have been almost seemingly deliberately interpreting the law in a way that is so counter to the British national interest. You're left wondering, they've literally gone out of their way to do the very opposite of what anyone sensible, any normal voter would want. But obviously they are constrained by the law. There's a bit of interpretation, but there is the actual law. And ultimately, if you've not left the ECHR, one judge may take one interpretation, and if the complainant doesn't like it, or the defendant, on it goes to another human rights judge.
It is just a nonsense. I just cannot believe these people. Why can't they see that the root of our migrant crisis problem is our membership of the ECHR? You're exactly right, Isabel. The interpretation by left-wing immigration tribunal judges is a serious problem. But Article 8, it's there in black and white. You have a right to a family life, and as long as we make ourselves subordinate to the ECHR and subordinate to Article 8, then these migrants will keep coming and we won't be able to deport them. Meanwhile, that nonsense we discussed last night, they're still trying to hail it as a triumph that the French may consider intercepting migrant dinghies up to 300 meters out to shore. Hitherto, they haven't even been allowed to paddle into the English Channel, not even that deep. So they're now saying 300 meters, as we discussed last night. No, 10.5 miles. You're half of the channel, not 300 damn meters. We're giving you £500 million. Now, work for your money. Absolute nonsense. But of course, what we now learn is that French trades unions are kicking up a storm, and they are not going to let the gendarmes go 300 meters out to sea. So even that isn't going to happen. Honestly, it gets more pathetic by the day, doesn't it?
It does, and you know what? That puts the whole, what's the name of the person who's the Reform Party chairman into perspective, because people up and down the country are turning to other parties, not because of who the people are that lead them, but because of the issues. And this issue is one that is truly enraging millions of voters. And the main two parties that have been in a position to do something about it The Tories for 14 years and Labour now simply don't seem to get it. And that is why there is a political revolution going on.
Absolutely. As you say, Reform UK offer the people of this country two things. I'm not here to do a party political broadcast, but I can tell you, I'm looking at my switchboard now, this is what's popular, saying these two things. We will solve the migrant crisis. We will leave the, this is going to be more than two things, by the way. We will leave the ECHR. We will turn the boats around. Nobody's getting in. And also we will scrap the entire net zero claptrap nonsense. And the two main parties are going, oh, well, we've looked at our focus groups and we're not sure that people really want to be quite this draconian. You know, it's just absolute. These people are idiots. They should go and get themselves other jobs. So you're right. The people who want to solve this migrant crisis by, if necessary, turning the boats around, not letting these foreigners break into our country, not letting them set foot on our shore, the party that offers the people that will not have to worry too much about the fact its chairman has just quit.